Hello there, how are you doing today? Thank God it's another Friday. Yep, we come here every Friday or at least every weekend, once in a week, with word from God. So, my name is Onome Odokuma and I am the Extraordinary Woman of Impact. We birth your more. We help women birth their more. Yes, that is what the Extraordinary Woman of Impact is all about. Today, we are looking at a topic, and it is a good name. A good name. So that means that a name can either be good or bad. One thing is sure, that everything, at least every living thing, has a name. Even inanimate objects, things that are not living, we give them names. For instance, a cup, it's a name, isn't it? Can you see, if you see a plate and you call it a cup, you have decided to name it a cup, right? Now, parents give their children names at birth or after a few days. At least when a child is born, the child is known as so person, isn't it so? Now, a name is an identifier. It is a name that is used to identify a person. If you go into a room, for instance, and you call out Mary, and maybe there's no Mary, no one answering Mary, certainly no one will answer you. No one will answer to that name when you call out Mary. So a name is an identifier. When you have a name, then that's when something has a name, rather, it means the thing is relevant. In other words, it's used for something that is important to something or for a cause. When you have a name, we all have names, we're all given names. Okay, now it now depends on if the name is good or bad. A name can be good, a name can be bad. How? We ask ourselves. Usually, as humans, as a person, a name can speak into a person's destiny. A name is very, very important. In fact, it has spiritual inclinations, okay? What you name something is what the thing becomes. Now, one person in the Bible knew the essence of a name, and that is Jabez. That can be seen in 1 Chronicles chapter 4, verse 9 to 10. 1 Chronicles chapter 4, verses 9 and verse 9 and verse 10. Jabez understood that a name can either make a person or mar the person. A person's name is tied to his destiny. Now, in that verse 9 of 1 Chronicles chapter 4, we were told there that Jabez, now listen, this was the qualities of Jabez. Was he a bad man? No. Jabez was more honorable amongst his brethren or amongst his siblings. Do you see that? Jabez was more honorable. So he was a good man actually. But he knew that his name will not take him far in life. That name was given to him by his mother due to the circumstances, surrounding his birth. She said that she had him from sorrow. I don't understand the deep sorrow the woman would have gone through or must have gone through, for her to now name the child the situation as at that time. At the time Jabez got to understand that a name is tied, his destiny is tied to his name, he was upright, he was good, he was honorable, but he knew certainly that doors will not open to him if he continues, in that line. So what did Jabez do in verse 10? He prayed to God that God will bless him. The Bible didn't say he prayed to God that God will change his name. No, he was known already as Jabez. However, he knew the importance of God blessing him despite the name he was called. Blessing him so that doors will open up to him, doors of greatness. And you know what? Towards the end, in fact, at the last sentence of verse 10 says that God heard his prayers. So you see that there is an essence to a name. Very, very important here. A name. Names can open doors. Names can shut doors. There are some names that we hear of today that if you are in a space and you hear that so person is related to so person, that a man is related to a particular name, doors will begin to shut. So what name are you leaving for your descendants? Let me put it that way. For your children, for instance. What name are you known for? There are some names today that when you go into a space and maybe it's your father's name that you now answer or you bear as your surname, and when you call the name, for instance, you call Mr. Davidson of so place, and then when they say Davidson of where, you call the place, they say you are our person. How can we help you? In fact, they will begin to help you without you even asking them or telling them what exactly you need. You see the power behind a name. We read some time ago, I think a research was done or so, where someone puts 3 vases of plants. One plant, he will praise the plant, he will call the plant good names, wonderful names. The second plant, he will curse the plant, terrible person, terrible plant, this and all of that. And then the third plant, he didn't say a word about that plant. So every day, this researcher kept doing it. So they will first plant, he will praise the plants, you're so good, you're so beautiful, this and all of that. The second one, he will insult or curse it, you are good for nothing, you're an idiot and all of that. The last plant, he said absolutely nothing, just left it there. And at the end of the research, what happened? The first plant did very well, flourished beautifully grown. The second plant really was cursed. It began to dry up, just like the fig tree that Jesus cursed. And then the last plant was just there. It just wilted, just withered, it was just there. You couldn't even use it. It was a good for nothing plant, so to say. So you see the power in a name. When you call a name, what name are you really, when you call a person a name, what name are you really giving that person? Remember, a name is tied to destiny. So we must be mindful of the names that we call people. A good name opens doors. From where I come from, Urobo Nation, we call it Omamode. That's the name of my nephew. Omamode, a good name, is worth better than riches, than wealth. And it's the truth. It's much better than wealth. A good name. That's what I will leave you today. Let's consider this. What name do you bear? Is it a good name? Is it a bad name? Do you need to change your name? I don't know. Just ask God to help you. Let us mind our names. The name that we bear, we'll pass it on to our children tomorrow. and our children will carry on with that same name? Will doors be opened unto them? Will doors be shut at their faces because they bear our name? It's important. We are bearing our own parents' name, our father's names, so to say. Do doors open unto us because of our parents or our father's name? Think about this thing. Think about it. Thank you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for following. God bless you. I'll see you again next weekend. My name is Onome Odokoma, the extraordinary woman of impact. We help you best your more because there's a lot in every one of us. We are not ordinary. We are extraordinary. See you next week. God bless you.